You did. I apologize for that, King. Um, but yeah, inheritance to me from her. All right, so that's a lot. That's a lot of money, Dramatixo, um, to put on. I'm assuming you ain't a crybaby. Okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, I uh, I somehow like I'm like 30 something. I still have both my grandmas, which is crazy. Um, that'll unfortunately change in the next 5 to 10 years, which will suck. But grandmothers are dope. Oh, we're getting sound. We're getting music. All right, Santi, let's go. All right, so we don't have stats on troops or territories, so this will be fun to play a little bit blindly. Oh, there we go. Everyone's on 25 troops. Everyone's on 12 territories except for G because he doesn't need the extra territory. Um, so yeah, pretty even. And then looks like Simpson spawned with the kill guard territory up in the top right. But unfortunately, he's only kill guarding himself in those two kill guard positions. Those are normally the two spots you want to watch out for. Up in the top right here, when you spawn in, this territory that the pink 3 is on is guarding the pink 2 and the pink 3. Normally, it's different colors in those two spots, and that player can protect the kills and the cards of players that are behind him. So Simpson had the good fortune of spawning with that territory, but the less than good fortune of not being able to kill guard anyone other than himself, which isn't really technically a kill guard. Alrighty, so Simpson the Pious the second takes the first turn, grabs a simple card, makes a fortify. Then we got Trunk with the other nice kill guard position on this board. Trunk gets to hide behind Santi over in Portugal. Nobody can kill Trunk without going through Santi unless you are Santi. We'll see if Santi wants to unify the Iberian Peninsula, or if he should do the correct play, which is leave Trunk behind him. Uh, if you're kill guarding a player, you do want to make sure that you're the only one who has access to kills and cards on the board. What was the score for the last game? Tanner won for USA 4 and got 20 points. I don't believe there were any. Was there a bounty taken? I don't even remember. I don't think there was a bounty taken. Could be wrong. Sir Tanner represent. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're the other USA team. But yeah, Trunk was very close. Trunk attempted a run and failed on 69% of the board. Um, his last roll was like a 4v3 or a 5v3, and he manualed it with 2 dice as his first roll. He quickly fixed that. You're part of the best USA team? Yeah, the USA 2 is a very strong team. And you're doing a good job for a fairly new player, King. No, just dry run. Yeah. All right. So we got Fuse. Looks like he also just took a card. Santi also just took a card. Gonna keep Trunk behind him for now in Portugal. And then the G is up. G doesn't really have any corner positions. He's got a lot of material in the middle of the board. Decides to make 2 attacks. And combines his 2s up at the top. I'm sure he's got something cooking with the 2 attacks there that he did in the south, but I'm not exactly sure. I think if I was the G, I would want to keep that position in the southern end of Africa. Is this a bonus game? I don't think it is, but that's always up. you know, you we might be able to have an opinion of whether it's a bonus game or not here in the chat, but it's really up to the players as to whether or not this is a bonus game. Santi seems to be going for the bonus up at the north. Fuse seems to be going for the bonus in the south. Maybe that's why he got out of there. Trunk was able to hold on to 12 territories. Everyone right now on 12 territories except for Simpson. Yeah, it does look like Santi's about to take one, which, normally you don't see this as a bonus game, but if you're able to grab and hold a bonus, more power to you. I mean, literally more power to you. You get more troops. Hey, you making squeaky sounds. Are you trying to get in here on the action? What do you want to say? Do you want to say anything? She doesn't want to say anything. She's shy. She's 7 months old, so maybe it's less. Oh, there it is. Maybe I should I'll just shut up and let you finish. Do you want to finish the cast? Everyone would rather hear you than me. I'd rather hear you than me. Shoot. All right, so Fuse is close to taking one. Moves out of the way so that Simpson can get his 2 out if he wants to. Trunk probably wants to keep his 2 up there. I know if I'm Trunk, I'd want to keep that position. But yeah, Santee getting closer and closer to this bonus. Does he roll the 4v2? Looks like he's going to wait on that. Of course, Trunk doesn't really have anywhere to go with that 2. Would need to hit a G position. And G can't move that 2 out of the way because there's 2 3s and an 8 in his way. Awesome girl, glad you found a second co-caster. Absolutely. Black can take a bonus as well. Yeah, Black is very close to taking the red hand bonus. So normally you don't see this, but let's go ahead and go through the bonuses on the Ottoman Empire Advanced map. So you got the +4 of Central Asia up in the top right. Then at the bottom of the map, you got the +3 of East Africa, and then +5 of Morin Province over in the west. Then you got the +6 of North Africa in the middle of the board, and another +6 of Asia Minor on the east side of the board. Then your 2 +7s are Ottoman Europe and Arabia. All right, so that was just a really quick rundown of the Ottoman Empire Advanced bonuses. Because this could turn into a bonus game, I feel like a quick review was in order here. With 3 players being very close to taking bonuses. But yeah, Trunk I don't think will take a bonus unless green and blue do, but he is prepared to take one if this does turn into one. G's going to take Arabia? Yeah, G's very close to getting that +7. So what does Simpson get? Yeah, Simpson getting out of Trunk's way. Looks like Simpson wants Central Asia. Does he just put that on his 8? Looks like he is putting it on his 8. Green's 3 and Blue's 3 are both in danger. So is Black's 3. Black might be able to fortify that 3 out, given where this is going here. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to save his 2. Yeah, Trunk going to go ahead and get ahead of the game and take his bonus. Sues his 2 into the Santee. You heard it here first, folks. Number 2 on the Saber rank, or is he number 3? Anyway, a top player, like Trunk is cream of the crop when it comes to Risk players, has decreed that Ottoman Empire Advanced 5-player World Dawn Progressive is a bonus game. So naturally, General Fuse and Santee are both going to follow suit and take their bonuses. Of course, their bonuses are... Actually, Green's bonuses is smaller than Trunk's bonus. But Santee getting a big bonus here. Also going to get out of G's way. I think Santee's Fortify is going to be that 3. Going to get his 3 out of G's way. Yep, putting it on Turkey. Yes, this is indeed crazy. I don't think we've seen this. I certainly haven't seen this in practice. I've been doing a lot of practice. But very interesting, very spicy. Say bye-bye to your 3. All right, everyone is now on bonus except for Simpson. So only fair for Simpson to grab his bonus this turn. Blue and green did not do the courtesy of suing out their 3s. But he's got plenty of troops to take it. Let's see the dice. How is this a bonus game? Don't argue with me. Trunk's the one that made this a bonus game. So I guess this game never ends. Yeah, this is a 5-player game and it's a bonus game. So correct. Lock in, folks. We'll be here all night. So the reason why I make both those comments, for those of you that aren't used to watching Risk, is when you have a 5-player game as opposed to a 6-player game with progressive cards, the sets progress a little bit more slowly than they otherwise would when you have one more player, right? So normally the first sequence, for example, is 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. But with 5 players, the first sequence is 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And then the second sequence starts with 15, whereas with 6 players, the second sequence starts with 20, right? So, and that obviously just builds on itself. But when you add bonuses on top of that, the troop difference between you and the person that you're trying to kill is now smaller, so it's less worth it for you to invest your troops into a kill if the troop count is being inflated by bonus troops from territory bonuses. So you now have 2 things competing against what the game mode is, right? When is anyone ever going to take a kill if the sets are too small and people have too many troops, right? So this game might have a little bit of trouble ending because the only way this game ends is if everyone is dead except for one player. And that only happens if people are making profitable kills or if feeds occur. How's it going, Nathaniel? Yeah, so you get points for bounties and you get points for wins. That's it. You don't get points for placements. And because this is a progressive game, you only get bounty points if the kill sets you in the same turn. So if you kill someone and it doesn't set you, then you don't get the win. Ooh, we do see a big smack from Green. Decides to remove a pink 5. Green not looking like he's in the best of shape, only on 25 troops there, despite having a bonus. A nice plus 11 for Santi. I'm not sure I would guard there. I think I would want to guard on the island. You want to make sure you're locking as few troops as possible when every troop might matter for a kill you might go for. Every brain cell left the room, and I love it. This isn't your normal tourney game that would stalemate. Yes, that is also true. Because there's a mix of skill level and experience level in this tournament, and there's also a clear troop differential. Green is on less than 25. Pink is also on less than 20. We will likely see one of those two players die first. Yeah, this. So yeah, I was mainly explaining that the conditions present are typical of a stalemate, but because of the troop counts of both green and pink, this will almost certainly not stalemate. That is true. I thought blue decided to click the flag there. Oh no, why would you? You're on a +7. Don't click the flag. I don't think Santi will flag out. Santi has the most, whatchamacallit? Santi has the most fans in here. I think he's got like 5 or 6 fans in here. People have bet an inheritance, their life savings. I'm sure, I think someone bet their farm. Like, oh yeah, that's where that saying comes from. People betting the farm on risk games. Red forcing pit. Yeah. Red removes Pink's last external position. So if Pink wants a card, Pink must break Trunk or Santi. And Pink has an easier card breaking Trunk than he does breaking Santi. And not taking a card is almost a guaranteed death sentence. Trunk is going to try to see if his robot eyes will work. My boy Santi going to win. That inheritance will have run out by the time this game ends. Everyone forcing Simpson to hit other bonuses for cards. Yeah, it looks like the robot eyes are not going to work for Trunk this time. Santi got huge balls. My boy about to take it all. Well, he is certainly about to break Trunk's bonus here. We'll see if he stays his hand, but he's got just a few seconds left on his clock. Time is ticking away into the future here. All right, we have entered the attack phase. It looks like he is going to take his card. And Trunk is going to lose his +7. So Trunk was the one who started this madness of this being a bonus game. So kind of fitting that he'd be the first one to lose his bonus. But I think a player like Trunk is fine with playing without a bonus. Going to take his revenge on G, because that break doesn't happen without G removing Pink. So G doesn't need his +7 either. Actually, no, Trunk doesn't have a +7. Trunk had a +6. All right, so Fuse still continues to hit stacks in front of him. Normally what you want to do in a progressive game is maintain as many troops as possible. And the best way to do that is to hit territories that just have 1s on them. Green has, in back-to-back turns, been taking territories that have plenty of troops on them, more troops than 1, to say the least. So Santi going to remove green from the top left. That was an expensive removal. But may have a decent line on green. So I think either Trunk and Santi are the two players best positioned to pick up the green kill. And Trunk and Santi are also the two players best positioned to pick up the Simpson kill. So we'll see who can get there first. Trunk has turn order advantage, but Santi will have a few more troops thanks to getting larger sets. So we'll see who's able to get which bounties here. Smack them all, rooting for green. I'm rooting for anyone that isn't Canadian or American. The co-caster's adorable. Yeah, she's over here like just blowing bubbles and just chilling. Blowing raspberries over here. All right. Simpson going to take another card. This card will open Trunk's 5 in that direction. Trunk still exists behind Santi over in the Portugal kill guard, by the way. So yeah, the left side of the board, the Morin province, the west side, looks like a progressive World Dom game. The rest of the board, I don't know what's the rest of the board does not look like a progressive World Dom game. Looks like Simpson is going to stack outside of his bonus. That's probably Simpson's best play, is to just make a big stack that is unlocked. Looks like he might be retreating his 17. I don't think I love that play. We'll see what he does here. Wonder if we see pink or green kill the other before the bounty points. Maybe. That would certainly be spicy, wouldn't it? By the way, I believe we just saw pink trade for 4 troops. The first trade is worth 4. Trunk going to set in for 6 here. So yeah, Simpson did make the correct fortify. His only play is to make a big stack. But Trunk is not in danger of dying to pink because Trunk still has plenty of external positions on the west side of the board. Simpson would have a long way to go to bag the pink kill. And Trunk Since Trunk is not able to take and keep a bonus, he's going to make sure that G also cannot. And now Trunk is repositioning to try and get Simpson out of his bonus and perhaps lining him up for a future turn. Meanwhile, Fuse is going to go ahead and set in for the 8 trade. Going to add some troops interior to his bonus. Probably not the best idea to lock troops. He's going to need as many troops active as possible because eventually kills become a matter of survival, right? If you're not getting bounties and getting more cards as other people are getting bounties and getting more cards, then eventually you'll also just die. But we see him for the first time in a while not hit a stack. He does go ahead and take a card on a 1 and does a fortify, splitting a 5 and a 10. Looks like he's got a little bit of a split guard as he's working his way up the North African coast there. And then we see the big 10 set for Santi, and he's on the biggest bonus with the biggest trade combo here. Clear troop leader here, Santi is. But I'm not sure if he has a kill yet. Probably wants to wait another turn or two for maybe the next set. All right. What is this game? Blame Canada. Never heard. Risk. Never heard of it. Yeah, this is a bonus game. Because obviously 5-player Progressive World on Ottoman has always been a bonus game. Santi going to kill green on the 3rd set. I think he might kill green on the 2nd set. Actually, never mind. Turn. Whatchamacallit? Turn order. I can't talk sometimes. Shoot. All right. G once again retakes his bonus. Trunk angry about something. Not as angry as my babbling co-caster over here. How are you, baby girl? Yeah. Well, by the 3rd set, I mean the turn before the 3rd set. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, if green misses a trade, Santi certainly has him. Certainly has him lined up. We see 1 red 1 between Santi's stack and General Fuse's only position. So with G not really doing anything to help protect General Fuse, I think it's fair to say we are going to see that kill get picked up. All right, so Simpson takes a card. Does he back out of Trunk's bonus? He does back out of Trunk's bonus, but unfortunately for Trunk, Simpson's stack is in a position to where he can, once again, only take a card on Trunk unless he's breaking the 4. But because he didn't put the 27 next to Santi's 4, he's going to be forced to break Trunk again almost certainly. My co-caster throwing a tantrum. I don't know. She can be way worse with tantrums. She's actually pretty content right now. Blue just kills red? Maybe. Maybe that 15 could be a little tricky to get to, but yeah. But yeah, since G goes after Santi, yeah, Santi probably has the red kill. Yep. Green's before him for turn order. Yep. Kills him on 4. Yeah, Santi could dry kill Fuse. Oh, wow. So we see the fist bump come out from Simpson and from Trunk, and Trunk says, let's card trade in your bonus now. I don't think Simpson's going to respond super well to that. Yeah. We do see the set on 3 for the 15 trade from Fuse. Going to buy himself a few more turns here. Nobody's on 5 cards, so he's not going to go for any kills that'll earn him points. He might go for a kill that doesn't earn him points. Ooh, yeah. Very spicy trade here. So the next trade is worth 20. Does Fuse think he can Does Fuse think he can pick up a second bonus? Looks like he doesn't. Going to take a card, not going to fortify back. Has a 10 stack and a 23 stack, and then a 5 stack open on his southeast flank. Santi also has a set on 3. He could take the 20 set if he wants to right now, but he's not really in danger of dying. If Trunk sets on 4, Trunk will still have 10 fewer troops than Santi will. So yeah, Santi in a nice spot here can safely go to 4 cards. He will take it. He's a pious man. Oh yeah. He's so pious that he's double the pious because he's got. Oh, maybe that's. He's not just pious. He's pious too. Pious also. Anyway, so yeah, Santi in a very nice spot here. The G was able to hold his bonus this turn after being broken a few times by Trunk. Pious squared, Pious prime. He's just too pious. You mean Pius the 14th? No. This is you're 12 Piuses ahead of us, Fitz. All right, we do see Simpson set in to take the 4 trade. Or, excuse me, he sets on 4 to take the 20 trade. Does he just remove Trunk? Could steal Trunk's bonus here. Actually, if he wants to do some breaking, no. Sorry. I was thinking that maybe he had enough to go for the Trunk kill, but has to hit too much. Trunk still has too many exterior positions on the west side of the board. Pious to the power of 4, cubed, 4, 5. Pious the Revelation? Oh, geez. How many Pious sequels are we going to get? I want to see a Pious trilogy, at least. Yeah? All right, Trunk going to take the 25 trade. The only kill on the table that Trunk could possibly get is the G. He's looking at it. He's not really lined up for it. I'm not sure he goes for it. I don't think it is possible. Going to give Simpson a card because he needs to keep his bonus. Or maybe not. Simpson saying thanks for the card or thanks for not breaking me. Not sure. Says well played with the fist bump. I don't think Simpson wants to be broken. But Trunk also doesn't want to be broken, and Simpson needs cards. So Trunk is going to opt to break. We'll see how Simpson responds here. All right, Fuse going to step a bit closer. Leaving a 3 there, going to keep his 26 locked. Really need to open that up. Yeah, his 26 is indeed locked. Santee going to set in for 30. Can Santee take the red bounty here? Pretty well lined up for the G. Looks like Santee is going to attempt the red kill, adding a few more troops to get that 17. Going to put the rest on his original stack. Going to slider. Loses 7 on the 8. Hits the 3. Loses 9 on the 17. Some phenomenal dice there. But because G has not yet traded, we do see Santee take the first bounty of Game 3. So GG's to the G and USA 4 for Game 3. They will not be winning this one. And well played to Santee, taking the first bounty of this game, putting 3 points on the board for Central America and Caribbean. Team CAC. All right, we got the Santee fans going wild. Santee's got this. Go Santee. Electric King, let's go Santee. Yeah. Yeah. And the guy who bet the savings and the guy who bet the grandmother's inheritance are chilling right now. Why is Electric King cheering for blue? Yeah, Tanner won Game 2. But yeah, USA stroke of bad luck this game here. I might be able to retire if he wins. I don't want any other teams that have points to get more. Okay. My goat. LOL, wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we were smelling Tanner's goat cheese in the previous game. All right, so Santee has troop advantage, has card advantage, and now has a second bonus. It is doubtful he'll be able to hold that one as well. But that 59 seems particularly primed to take the pink bounty in a future turn. Could just about kill Simpson dry on his next turn. I think Trunk is aware of that. Does Trunk break both bonuses here? Looks like he's just going to take territory from Santee. Only breaks one bonus. We see the well played come out. That's weird. I think Santee's team doesn't have points, so Zango just wins. Yeah, Zango will once again just win. Use USA 1 carried by 1 player, TBH? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Alrighty, and then we see Green. Green going to take a third card as he can't set on 2. Does he unlock his 26? He does. That 30 is active. All right, 14 troops for Santee. He can kill pink without a set, and he doesn't have a set right now. So does he pick up the pink kill, or is he going to wait? Going to 1v1 like a boss for his card. Doesn't need to do anything else. And going to move his stack in front of Green. So that 73 can loop through Trunk and go to the back end of Green, or it could run up through Simpson. But Santee runs into his first roadblock, having no set on 4. Is going to have to do a dry kill on either the pink player or the green player. Sorry, I'm speaking louder because baby girl's getting louder here. Does USA 2 even have any other players? My joke, who are you? The guy. Okay, yeah, you guys are just you guys just arguing back and forth. Oh no, sweetie. Oh no. Oh no. I know. This is how I would feel if I'm winning a game and I don't get a set on 4. I would feel the same way you're feeling. And Santi's feeling, I'm sure. So that does open the door a bit for Trunk. If Santi is not able to get a dry kill, then Trunk will have an opportunity to kill Green on 4 cards. Or to kill Simpson on 3. It looks like Simpson card skipped during his turn. But I think the Simpson kill is still worth it. Trunk, of course, is not aware that Santi does not have a set. Trunk hoping for some particularly unprofitable kills from Santi and then to bag the win himself, because the trades are still pretty low with just 4 players now. Zangos, he's just won nearly every game. Yeah. Fuse does not have another set on 3. Santi sees that he doesn't have a set on 4. Does he take the dry kill that he has on Pink? I think you almost have to. Trunk almost certainly sets and kills Green on his next turn. But we'll see. He either needs to kill guard Green somehow, which I'm not sure if that's possible. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good spot. Gonna put the 29 right in Trunk's way. Simpson not going to trade anytime soon, and Santi feeling comfortable enough to go to 5. I don't hate this play either from Santi. That green kill is a lot harder for Trunk now. Fuse may have the opportunity to set on 4. Our troll play somehow backfired. I'm shocked. How's it going, Tanner? Welcome in. Yeah, removing Pink since Trunk knew what you guys were doing with that just made it to where now you guys were getting broken, which left G weak enough to die to Santi. Is Green Marcellus's alt? It might be. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that, Sea Monster. Ain't no way Tanner's saying that. Trunk kills Green and goes through the 29? Yeah? I don't think the trades are super high, but maybe he does. Yeah, Trunk needs to go through the 29 or the 75. I think I may have split a little bit more if I was Santi between the two, but maybe not, because I think he wanted to keep enough troops pointed in Pink's direction. You can't meme Risk. This is serious games. I never meme. Yeah. No trade. Yeah, Trunk not setting on 4 here. I think he just didn't have the set. Yeah, so we see 2 players with no sets on 4, but not Fuse. Fuse survives the set for the 40. The next trade is worth 45. So Santi can set in for 45 and kill 68 of Simpson's troops, 68 Pious troops, for the 50 trade. I think that's probably worth it for Santi. We'll see what Fuse does with his set here. Huge mistake not having a set. Yeah. Yeah, Trunk needs to fix that. I thought this whole time Trunk was good, but he can't even have a set on 4. Phase animations is elite. It absolutely is. How else would you know what's going on in your turn if you don't have phase animations on? Besides, Santi's been cooking this game with them on anyway. Okay, Co-Caster fussing about not having a nap because it is a little bit late. So if you hear a squeaky chair, that's because I'm trying to rock her to sleep in my squeaky office chair here. I know, sweetie. We got this cast surely has everything. All right, 100 troops in that direction should be enough to pick up the Simpson kill. Does he go for it? Gonna add 12 more. Santi doesn't want the Simpson kill. It looks like he's hoping he picks up another card. Where is he gonna fortify? Decides not to fortify anything. I'm not sure I like that play from Santi. Opens the door for Simpson to set on 3. Does Simpson have a set on 3, or is he going to have to break Trunk for a 4th card? But Trunk not really super well. Actually, no. Trunk is just going to go up through Santi's 7 and Santi's 4. Going to take the top line, the north line, to pick up the pink kill here. And Trunk going to bag the pink kill on 4 here, almost certainly. And that'll put an end to Pink needing to break him. Yeah, Trunk almost certainly going to kill Pink. Co-caster's unhappy with the board state. Yeah. I think my co-caster also bet her inheritance on Santi winning, so which isn't too much of a problem because you know, I wasn't going to leave her anything, so there's that. So yeah, we do see Trunk hit the stack, takes the north line, which was the cheapest path for Trunk to pick up the pink kill. Santi, unfortunately, leaving that kill on the board was a bit of a mistake. Trunk going to bag 3 points for Canada. GG's to Simpson the Pious II, and well played to Trunk taking the 2nd bounty this game. All right, so that was the 45 set there from Trunk. So Santi's 50 is looking at General Fuse, and Santi's 112 is looking at Trunk, but he doesn't have a set, and now Trunk has card advantage to go with his turn order advantage. Yep. But yeah, but Trunk is still behind Santi in terms of troops, but the sets are slowly getting big enough to where he might still be able to pull out this W for Canada. Unfortunate for Santi leaving the door open for Trunk to sneak behind him like that and pick up the pink kill. I think Santi was hoping that he could kill Pink this turn for 4 cards. Going to be awkward for her when she watches this VOD when she's older. Yeah. Dad, what do you mean I don't have an inheritance? Well, sweetie, it's because I believe in you so much that you don't need one. There you go. Now it's not awkward. Anyway, I think she's settled down into sleepy time now. So Santi on 180 troops can't really dry kill green. That 112, it would be a heck of a split for that 112 to send, like, I don't know, 50 troops north to go all the way around and pick up that 36. But it is possible. Of course, it's not exactly profitable to kill 100+ troops for the 50 set when Trunk is on 150 troops and 4 cards. So yeah, Santi does do the fortify he should have done last turn, but what he really should have done last turn was kill Pink. All right, we do see Trunk set in for 50. Puts him on 200 troops. And for the first time this game, Santi is no longer the troop lead. Looks like Trunk is going for the Santi kill here. Fuse is only on 3 cards. Trunk gets amazing dice on Santi's stack. So this is what I mean, folks, when taking kills becomes a matter of survival. Santi would be alive right now and likely winning this game had he taken that pink kill. And Trunk going to leave just enough troops to hit General Fuse here on the next turn. Hopefully Santi will spectate for us. If not, we'll switch POVs as quickly as we can. Looks like we're not going to get a spectate here. Switching over to a different POV. I will get this up as quickly as I possibly can, folks. Don't go anywhere. Come on. Because we want to see the end of this game here. There we go. All right. We're back up. So we get to see Trunk set in, going after Fuse now. Fuse, at a severe troop disadvantage against Trunk, is going to need a set on 3 and will have to behave and will have to attack very aggressively. But even with a set on 3, that may not catch him all the way back up in terms of troops. And Trunk has both turn order advantage and card advantage on General Fuse. But he does have the set. General Fuse sets in with the 70 troops. Needs to make sure he sliders well and paths well in order to finish this. We unfortunately don't have the crispy desktop audio that Santi was bringing us, but we at least have the game. Does an unnecessary split. I'm not entirely sure if he has the speed. Has scuffed his pathing a little bit already. And we do know that Trunk doesn't have a set on 3. So if Fuse can take enough of the board to finish this next turn, We might see a upset here with Mexico taking the game 3W. Yeah, I don't think this is the best pathing here from General Fuse. He may need more than one turn to pick it up. So if Trunk doesn't have a set on 4, Fuse Fuse will likely win. But if Trunk does have a set on 4, he can come back. Trunk checking the stats on this guy. Yeah, runs out of time. Trunk on 26 territories remaining, but he is not. He's not really connected at all. All kinds of positions all over this map. Watching Mexico qualifiers and saying Loma might be the best player. This is poetic. Yeah. Trunk has no set on 3. Does Green have cam animations on? He might. I don't know. Trunk actually should still win. Yeah, with on this board with the lack of connections, Trunk probably has it. Trunk will get the 75 trade almost certainly before Fuse sets again. And with 26 troops, or 26 territories, Trunk was able to put 8 troops on the board that turn. So Fuse still has double his troops, but if he's not able to finish it this turn, oh my word! If you look at that, Trunk does not have a set on 4, folks. General Fuse still has a chance. Needs to bag it this turn, or needs to set it up for next turn. Needs to kill as much as he possibly can this turn. This game is coming down to the wire here, folks. A lucky set on 3 for the Mexico player. Needs to not attack with the 5 anymore. Keep that 15 open so it can polish off Africa. And with the speed he's going, he needs to make every attack he possibly can this turn in order to get a victory over Trunk here. Going to have a split here, an 8v2 to an 8v1. Rolls the 8v2 first. Does he get the best dice? Going to come down to a 2v1 there. Does he win the 2v1? Going to manual it. Manualing it is what you should do, and he's rewarded. Trunk still has a 2 over in Portugal. Has a 5 down in the south, which the 7 on Oman is open to. But he is hitting Trunk as much as he can. Trunk under 21. Can he get him under 18? Needs to roll that 7. Gets good dice on the 7. Can he get one more to get him under 6? He does get him under 18. Trunk only has 5 troops to work with this turn with no set and a good fortify over to Portugal. So Trunk gonna break the one of the bonuses that Fuse took this turn. And hopefully for Trunk, Fuse won't be able to finish the job. I'm gonna try to get him under 39. He does. But Fuse was able to keep his original bonus. Fuse, I missed how many troops Fuse gets this turn. Gonna roll a 6v2, gets 15 troops this turn. But Trunk isn't connected. There's a lot of splits he's got to make at the top. I think Fuse will unfortunately still lose. Unfortunately for him, anyway. Because Trunk knows how to path this board and has the speed required to win. Yep. Ooh, I'm not sure I would have attacked there with the 2. That closes off the majority of his path for the 9 and completely locks his 7. Yeah, that 2 needed to attack down, if anything, as opposed to attacking that direction. But if Trunk isn't able to finish it here, Fuse might luck out with another set on 3. Let's find out. Can Trunk finish the game here? Has 6 ones to hit there. Going to leave a 10 to do that. And Green is connected everywhere else. Trying to figure out the ideal spot to place for the remainder of the path. And with 90 seconds, that should be plenty of time for Trunk. But he fails the 3v1. Does he fail the 2v1 as well? He does. Fuse will have an opportunity to set on 3 and get back in this game. Trunk didn't leave enough troops with the dice he's getting over there on the east side. And now with the path he's taking here, going to have to split again. Leaves 11. With the dice you're getting, is that enough, sir? Looks like he has perfect dice on the 3, so it will be enough for this patch of green over here. And then should have enough time to polish off the west side of the board. Going to go up to finish Ottoman Europe, and then breaks more in province. Retaking Africa, the Iberian Peninsula. Nope, not going to leave the Iberian Peninsula for later. And with just a couple stacks, going to fortify to where he's open to Spain. Fuse is on 7 troops, but he has the set on 3, folks. Fuse with the 80 trade. Fuse needs to pick up the pace here again with an unnecessary split, unfortunately. Trunk, I'm sure, is just a bit frustrated. Another unnecessary split from Fuse. Can Fuse finish it up here? I'm not sure he can. I think Trunk still eventually wins. This is unreal. Oh yeah, this is awesome. The split maxing strat, absolutely. Yep, still unfortunately attacking particularly slowly. I missed Trunk looking at his hand earlier. But we do see him with a pathing error. They're going to have to split 3 troops to fix that. Needs to make sure he breaks the 2 bonuses that Trunk is still on. Trunk is still on the Ottoman bonus, Santi's original bonus from earlier. That's a +7. Going to attack with his 40. Going to try to get over there as quickly as he can to make sure that at least is broken. How many does he split off here? Splits 12 in that direction. Leaves 26 for the 6 troops behind him. I'm not sure I love that split. Not enough time to fortify. 12 troops for Trunk. Doesn't have the set on 3. Looks like he's going to manual Portugal. But the double 6 from General Fuse locks him down. Going to 2v2 manual. Again with the dice from Fuse. Needs to manual with 3 dice. Trying to knock Fuse down as much as he can. Fuse, thankfully for Trunk, has no set on 1. Will Trunk have a set on 4 this time around? Fuse only rolls 6s. Trunk does have a set on 4. So Fuse needs to win this turn. And I'm not sure he has the clock or the troop placement to do so. Took all the fun out of it. Yeah, absolutely. This was a thoroughly entertaining 1v1. I'm not sure Trunk has ever gone up against a more formidable opponent. Certainly, he hasn't gone up against a more explosive opponent than the aptly named General Fuse. Oh, geez, we are getting a little bit of lag here from Trunk's stream. Unfortunately, Fuse is not streaming, and no one else is screen sharing, so this is the only way for us to watch this. Hopefully it can keep up for the end of the game here. Yeah, so Fuse is finding out he sent 13 troops too many in that direction. Yeah, I don't think he has it. The 11 and the 10 are not nearly enough. He is winning his 2v1s, though, which is nice. Trunk would certainly be... if Trunk didn't have a set on 4, Fuse might be able to finish him on the next turn. But Trunk does indeed have a set on 4, so that should be enough for Trunk to finish the job against General Fuse here. With the 85 trade, puts him back in the troop lead. Going to put 11 troops on the left-hand side of the board. Fuse cannot set on 2, so even if Trunk doesn't quite finish the job this turn, he should be able to finish it next turn. Leaving 100% rolls all over the board. Yep, F in the chat for General Fuse. A well-fought 1v1 for sure. The spirit and ambition was there, but it looks like maybe the experience wasn't quite there. Didn't quite have the speed to finish the job against Trunk. All right, and with that, a GG's and a well played goes out. GG's to General Fuse, well played to Trunk, taking the final bounty of this game. His 3rd bounty this game, as well as the W in Game 3.